correct. Sickness is in the air just as much as the holiday spirit is. There are also many myths in the air regarding flu shots and the supposed diseases and disorders related to getting the annual vaccine. Today, I want to debunk all of these myths, as well as persuade you to get your annual shot and its importance to you and your loved one's health. The CDC states that antibodies that are developed from the vaccination help fight off infection of the flu from viruses contained within the vaccine. It usually takes about 2 weeks post-vaccination to initiate these antibodies. During this holiday season, research has shown which virus would be most common, and the vaccines have already begun. According to the Brigham Health Hub, there are many reasons to get your flu shot this year. The first is that the flu is more serious than you may realize. They also list that adults with asthma, diabetes, heart disease, those who have had a stroke, 65 years or older, have had HIV or AIDS, and cancer patients are at a higher risk of getting the flu, causing a more serious illness, complications, and even death. Children are also more susceptible to contracting the flu, especially under circumstances such as, according to Johns Hopkins medicine, being around people who are infected, have not had a flu shot, or do not wash their hands after touching infected surfaces. Because this is a respiratory disease, influenza affects the air passages to the lungs. However, in most cases, it affects the entire body, causing many different symptoms to look out for. These symptoms include, but are not limited to, body aches, high fevers, headaches, sore throats, progressive coughs, runny noses, and so on. This also brings up whether or not someone has a common cold, in which flu symptoms tend to be more severe while cold tends to be more mild. Everyone who is at least 6 months or older should get a flu vaccine annually, and under certain circumstances, some are not allowed to get their vaccine. But now, more often than ever, more and more people aren't getting their children or themselves vaccinated. There are many reasons as to why they don't, including that it gives them the flu, causes autism, obtaining unsafe toxins, it's risky for pregnant women, thinking you're safe from the flu, and more of the like. However, it has never been proven that any of these are linked to the flu vaccine. And to begin, the mass med debunks getting the flu from the vaccine, stating that there is no live virus in the injectable vaccine, so you can't get the flu from the shot. This is a reminder that you can still get the flu within the 2 weeks post-vaccination. Public health debunks our autism belief, saying that research provides much evidence that autism develops in the utero, therefore it would be impossible to vaccinate the fetus. Another large myth is that natural immunity is better than vaccine-acquired immunity. While there are some cases that natural immunity results in stronger immunity, most cases are completely opposite. There are many dangers to this method, and although the flu can be fought off, it is safer for you and your loved ones to get vaccinated so you do not become contagious and get people who don't want to get sick. Vaccines also contain unsafe toxins, including formaldehyde being the biggest concern for many. However, while it's true that it is toxic to the body at certain levels, the FDA approves of the small trace of formaldehyde. The FDA approves of the small trace of formaldehyde that is contained within the vaccine. To add, the CDC states that formaldehyde is produced at higher rates by our own metabolic systems, and there is no scientific evidence that the low level of the chemical is harmful. Lastly, one of the biggest myths regarding the flu shot is that if you got one last year, you're still protected from it this year. This is a mass misconception amongst parents because they not only hate seeing their child uncomfortable and scared of the needles, but they feel that their growing immune systems can fight off the infection because they got the shot last year. However, a child's immune system is always changing during growth, so getting a flu shot annually can be very beneficial to not only the child, but also to the other children at their school and who they interact with. To add, the influenza virus mutates every year, initiating the need for a new vaccine to be developed. Brigham Health states that the body's immune response to the vaccine gradually declines, so an annual vaccine provides continuous protection. Understanding the basics of the influenza virus is the first step to prevention. Being educated before getting any type of medical procedure, from vaccines to checkups to surgeries, is something everyone should look at so they don't worry as much. Talk to your medical professional about your annual vaccine because they can provide you with additional information and any answers to your questions and concerns. Facebook has become a large influence in the decrease of flu vaccinations because of the many faulty and unreliable articles that surface. Always do your research and don't believe everything you read on social media. It may just save your life.